Okay, so we are live. Hi everyone, welcome to TechMaestro once again, and thank you so much for joining in. And if you're watching it for the first time, my customary thing is like go and click on the subscribe button. If this is your first live session, so do subscribe to the channel and click on the bell icon so that you get notification about all our live sessions afterwards. Okay, so I see like Manisha is there, Akash, Manas, Harshit. Hi everyone, how are you guys doing? Hope you found questions for the day easier as compared to what we had in arrays and especially in the binary search. So you should be. I hope you guys were able to solve questions today, or you should be able to solve much more questions comparatively now. You should be. So okay, let's jump into it. So, how many of you were able to solve all four questions today, guys? Hi, Vipul. Hi, Amlan. Hi, Vipul again. Gitesh is there. Today, today was the easiest, I think. Okay, Manas is saying today was the easiest day. Who all agree with this? Hi, Deepak. Hi, Siddharth. Hi, Manisha. Again. Hi, Apurva. Okay, nice to see a lot of you have done 4 out of 4 questions. I am very happy to see that, and I hope whoever is like a second year or third year student are applying to Microsoft Engage program. If you are not applying to it, I will suggest like go and apply so that it's a very good opportunity. And if you want to know more about the opportunity, you can check out the video on our channel, and it shares in detail things about what exactly is Microsoft Engage, how what all is covered in Microsoft Engage, and everything end to end. So you guys should definitely check that out. I think this is for 2024 pass outs only, but I think for 2023 grad there will be one more opportunity from a different Engage program that I don't think that is open yet, but that should come sometime soon. So you should be able to apply in that when it comes. Okay, so let's get started. Let's get started with today's questions. Let me start sharing my screen. Okay, now the first question that we had for the day is basically you have to reverse a linked list. It's a very simple question. How many of you were able to solve this, and what was the time complexity you guys took to solve this? Hi Ashish. Hi Sanjeev. And one more thing, I hope you guys I remember most of you were there in the list. I hope you guys have received the email, and it's not the final list of emails. Definitely there are more coming. And if you have not received it, and if you think you completed all 15 days, so just send me a ping in case for any reason if I missed your name or the team missed your name. We'll definitely check it out and we'll try to resolve it for you. So don't worry about it if you have not received it. But if you have received it, you have to post it on LinkedIn. So make sure that you guys post it tomorrow so that other people also get inspired from your achievements, and they also start participating in this event or this challenge basically. Okay, so let's go into this question. So the question here is basically you have been given a linked list. You have to reverse it. It's as simple as that. The question is not complicated at all. So what it means is basically you have to given 1 2 3 4 5, the reverse will be 5 4 3 2 1. That's it. So how do we go about it? Basically, so given a list, what I'll do is I'll maintain 3 pointers. I need my previous pointer because my current pointer should point now to previous. If you see here, one is previous. Let's assume one is previous, two is my current pointer, and three is next. So in case of output, when my output will be there, in this case, two will start pointing to one. Every pointer is pointing to its previous value instead of the next value in the original list. This is what reverse means, right? So basically, to do that, we need to maintain my previous somewhere. So what I will maintain is my previous and current. I need these two, right? Now, why do I need next? Because let's say I am at 2 right now. If I break my link between 2 and 3, I need to go to 3 as well, right? So before breaking my link, I will always keep my next in my some variable, so that it's easier for me to jump or go to that next pointer. Because this is not an array, this is not index 1 2 3 4, this is not a incremental order, right? This is a linked list. Linked list has random orders. So that is why it is necessary to maintain a previous list, previous node here, right? So that is why we will maintain previous, current, and next. And how do we do it? What we do is we mark first, we maintain next. Initially we maintain next, and you will see the code in the next slide. My current to next of current will become previous, previous will become my PTR equals to next, and next equals to next dot next. That's it. It's as simple as that. If you look at the code, basically the code is simple as well. If you look, just take a look at the code first, and then so what I'm doing is, initially my PTR is at head, my first pointer, then previous is null, because initially at last one will start pointing to null, right? And then I have next. Next is PTR dot next. For until and unless I loop through this entire list, what I do is PTR dot next equals to previous. One को मैंने previous पे point कराया. Previous now becomes my current PTR. My PTR becomes next because I need to jump to 2 now. And if my next exists, I have to go to next dot next. That's all I do. Is this clear? Like, although it's very simple, it's easy question, but I just want to know, like, is it clear to everyone, or is there any doubt in this? Sandeep, that is good. So if one, okay, I will also advise this to everyone. I did not explain both the solutions here, but my piece of advice is, like Sandeep did, try to solve it both ways. Try to solve it using recursion, and try to solve it with 3 pointers, or in iterative manner as well, so that it's easier for you to understand, or it's you have a better, strong understanding of the question and the concepts as well. Okay, so since this is clear to everyone, we can move to the next question. So the next question is middle of the linked list. So the name of the question itself says everything. Given a list, you have to find, return the second middle node. इसका मतलब ये है कि if there are two middle nodes, in case of even numbers, there will be two even nodes, and so I have to return the second middle node. That's it. How many of you were able to solve it, and how did you guys solve it? Sandeep, that is correct. It's a very good approach to solve this question. In single traversal, slow, fast, correct. Toto is here. Yeah, I think there's a Toto is. Okay. So the brute force approach is basically what we do. We first we first iterate through the entire list. We calculate the size, then we iterate it over again, and we go only till n by 2. That's it. I hope this is clear. And the time complexity of this is basically n plus n by 2, which is on as well. But like in practical purposes, for all practical purposes, it is taking 2 loop over the linked list. But as you guys have already mentioned, as you guys have already given the example, that you guys have solved it in a much optimized fashion, there is more objectively. So when actually solve it, let's try to see what is the more optimal way. That how many of you were not able to solve this question, or how many of you were not able to solve this in one single iteration? Okay, so basically what we will do is we will use two pointers. But how will we use two pointer? Let's see. Basically we will maintain two pointers. One is slow, one is fast. Slow pointer will move one step ahead and fast pointer will move two step ahead, right? So what happens is slow will move one, fast will move two. One, two, one, two. What it means is by the end of the list, the difference between slow and fast will be n by 2 because it would have taken n steps, whereas my slow would have taken only n by 2 steps, right? So the difference will be n by 2 by the end of the list. Is this clear? Like, why would slow and fast pointer work? Because this is important. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's try to basically see it in action as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For this, basically, what will happen? My fast and slow both are at 1 right now. What I do is I try to move my fast by 2 steps. Initially, my fast will move to 3, right? My two slow will remain at 2. Then my fast will go to 5, my slow will come to 3. Now there is no way, no space for fast to move, so that means I am at the end. I will return 3, right? Similarly, if I had one more 6 there, so even in that case my fast was not able to move. But since there was one more, I will end up returning 4, because in that case I will have two middle, and the question says you have to return second middle. Is this clear? A quick yes no before we go to the code part of this. Okay, since this is clear, we can go to the code. Basically, it's fast and slow. That's all we do. We go to fast, oh sorry, we increment fast unless and until we can. So if fast is not null and fast dot next is not null, if you see, we are not checking anything on slow because fast is anyways much ahead of slow. So slow will if we are able to check it on fast, slow will never be able to catch up, right? So we have to do is like go till fast is not equal to null or fast dot next is not equal to null. Why are we doing fast dot next not equal to null? Because if you see here at line in the second line of the while loop, we are doing fast equals fast dot next. इसका मतलब क्या है कि fast dot next should also not be null. अगर वो null होगा तो it will give null pointer exception, or in C++ I think it will give segmentation errors, right? This is why we need to have fast dot next ka check as well. And at last what we return, we just return slow. That's it. Is this clear? A quick yes no, guys. Is there anyone who does not understand the code part of it? Okay. So the next question that we have for the day is remove the nth node. This is also very similar but a little like there is a small difference, but overall the question is similar. So how will you solve this? Like whoever has solved it, how did you guys solve it? Siddharth, what do you mean by fast move slow case steps? So in this case, let's jump onto the brute force first. In the meantime, you guys can answer. So the brute force solution in this is like calculate the length same as previously. Now what we do is we just reduce the size by n, and we go till that point. Because let's take an example here. In this case, let's say my size is 5, right? If my size is 5 and if I have to remove second from the last, तो मतलब मुझे क्या करना है, आगे से कितना रिटर्न करना है, फोर्थ, राइट? इफ साइज इज 5, 5 माइनस 2 इज 3, तो मुझे 3 के नेक्स्ट वाला, क्योंकि लास्ट nth नोड फ्रॉम द लास्ट, सेकंड लास्ट कौन सा है, 4, थर्ड कौन सा होगा, 3, तो n माइनस 1 साइज में से n माइनस 1 माइनस करना है, दैट्स ऑल आई नीड टू डू, राइट? So what I can do is I can calculate size and I can reduce by हो जाएगा. Again it will take 2 iteration, but we can still do much optimal, much optimized fashion, and we'll see how. And let me just go through the solutions that you guys have given. Fast pointer will start from nth node, calculate delete. Okay, Harshit, this is the approach that you've given is same as the brute force that I'm currently going over, but there is a better way to do it. Think about a better way before I basically show like share it with everyone. Okay, so Sandeep is right, Manas is right. Gitesh, 1 point. That is correct. Kumar, Kumar, I don't know. I haven't copy pasted this list from anyone, to be honest. I collected. I basically have my own list of questions that I solved before or when I was preparing for both Google and Facebook. So at the time, I made a list and I took questions from that. I just sorted them in order. That's all I did. I have solved more than 750 questions. So I just selected questions out of that. Most of the questions are out of that, and few of the questions were or suggested by people in the community. We used to run a Slack community before we moved to Discord, and a lot of questions were suggested by people in the community, and I added few more in the list. So I don't know if this is same or is somehow it is similar, but it is mostly from mentors and people in the community. Yeah. So basically everybody is giving the right answer here. Basically what we do is we try to do it in one iteration. First we increase the pointer by n. The first pointer increases by n length, and now there are two pointers. There is the first pointer and n behind is my second pointer, and now we move both in the same direction with the same speed. What it means is at last, basically, okay, so this n gap will always be there because I'm not changing the speed of any of the two. Both of the pointer are moving at the same speed, right? Both of these pointer are moving at the same speed. What it means is that the distance between these two is always n. So when this pointer reaches last, when this pointer reaches end, this is at nth, n minus 1th position, or the distance is n, right? This is the nth node. Now I have to delete this. That's all I need to do. Do I have to go into detail of how to delete? Okay. Is there an audio issue? Okay, let me see. Let me see if there is any. Uh, Challenges. Is it better now, guys? Is it better? Any chance this is better now? Or what I can do is give me a second. Let me try to see an alternative. So, guys, it should be better now. I just changed my Wi-Fi. Should be better now. Let me know if it is better. I hope this is better now. So let me know before I jump to the. Okay, nice. So basically, where were we? I was telling you about there are two pointers. The first pointer is n step ahead. Now my second pointer is always n step behind. Right? What it means is when I reach the end from my first pointer, my second pointer is n step behind. So this is basically the nth from the last. Correct? This is basically the nth from the last. That's what it means. Correct? So now I have to delete this. So I was asking, should I explain like how to delete, or it, although it will get covered in the coding part, but do you want me to cover the deletion part in the linked list, or do you are you guys okay with the deletion? Although I know you guys are experts, so you guys don't need this. Okay, so let's go through the code. The code is basically, if you see, there are two pointers, first pointer and second pointer. My second pointer will go till end, or if you see, there is one more check. Second pointer is not equal to null. You have to make sure that your code handles all the edge cases. There may not even be n nodes, right? So that is why we make sure that we check this second pointer is not equal to null, right? So second pointer equals second pointer dot next. You iterate till you reach there, till you reach n nodes, and then you start iterating together unless and until second pointer is not null. Here I have checked second pointer dot next is not equal to null, because if you know deletion, you would need a previous node in a single linked list, because you need to delete the middle. This, if you have to delete this node, you need a previous and a next node, right? So what you do is, from this you directly point to the next, and you just cut the both the links and just delete this. That's how deletion work. If you see here, head equals head dot next. Sorry, this is the special case. All you do is like first node dot next equals first dot next dot next. That's all you need to do, right? Is this clear, guys? Quick yes, no. Okay, awesome. Now moving to the last question of the day, and we are moving pretty fast because the questions were easier today. So the next question that we have is merge two sorted linked list. Guys, this is a very, very, very important question. Do solve it. There is no like option. It get asked a lot, and it get asked in very, very good companies like Facebook, Google, Amazon. Almost all type of companies ask this question. So do solve it. Do try to solve it as much as possible. In fact, not just this, try to solve variation of it, like 3.3 list, 4 list, K list. Try to solve variation of it. So the question is, you have been given two sorted linked list, and you have to create a bigger one. Okay, so this is the question. Now let's see how many of you were able to solve it, and what was the time complexity of the solution, and how did you solve it. The pattern is same, but still like. So Amlan, in this question, the question itself says you have to return a new list, but there is a way. I think the question itself says you have to return a new list, but there is a way of doing it in place as well. Because since this is linked list, it is easier to do it in place. But had it been an array, this becomes really, really, really difficult question if you have to merge two array in place. Sandeep solved it in max of m comma n. So Sandeep, how did you solve it? How are you able to solve it in max of on? Sandeep, do let us know. You have to merge to list. If you see 1 2 4 1 3 4 here, the answer is 1 1 2 3 4 4. In that case, you have to iterate on all the nodes possible, and the bare minimum time complexity will be m plus n. It cannot be less than m plus n, because you have to iterate on each and every single node, right? So you have to iterate on it. Okay, so you're saying, since, okay, link the last one remaining, but if you have to create a new list, in that case you have to iterate on everything, and you have to create new instance of it. That is why I'm saying it is n plus n in case of new list. So basically, let's see how to solve it. So there are, for people who were not able to solve it, so we'll maintain two pointers. One will be for first list, and two will be the second will be the for the second list. So whichever value is smaller will add to the resultant list and increment that pointer. That's all we need to do. First, increase the pointer, or sorry, compare the value. If it is, because smaller will come first. If first is smaller, we will add it to the list. That's it. And increment the pointer of the first. If second is smaller, we'll add that to the list and increment the pointer of the second list. That's all we do. Like, keep doing it till you reach the end of the both the list. So yes, that's all you need to do. So guys, what I'm trying to solve, or what I'm trying to say here is, or how I'm trying to explain here is, basically I'm trying to explain it using a new list. The question has both the forms. you can actually update the existing list in place as well, but you can also create a new list as well. So it depends on the question. If your interviewer says like you have to create a new list, then you have to create a new list, right? So that is how I am doing. And updating existing list, in my opinion, is much easier because new list has more edge cases possible. That is why people generally prefer updating new list, because existing list updation generally is a little easier in this case. So this is my code. I i wrote a really big piece of code for this. So basically there are two pointers, L1 and L2. Two lists are there, so I iterate on both. First I iterate on both till both are available. So this is how I generally write if there are two list independent iteration are required on both the list. So iterate on both. Then if one is not empty, iterate on that. If second is not empty, iterate on that. As simple as that. Like L1 and L2, if you see in L1 and L2, this is the major piece of main logic. So if L2 is smaller, I add L1 ka value. Sorry, if L1 is smaller, I add L1 to my new list and increment L1. If my L2 is smaller, I add L2 to my list and increment L2. And that's all I keep doing. That's it. So that's all we need to do here as well. Okay, so guys, although you have said this earlier as well, but what is the time complexity of the solution? Correct. This is m plus n. But if you do it in place, then obviously you can actually do it in max of m or n. But in place, in that, all you need to do is like just rearrange, and it lasts. If one of the list is larger, you would just append the last at the last, and the remaining is already in at the right position. That's all you need to do. Is that clear? A quick yes, no? Awesome. So I think that's about it. That's for the day. Shorter, easier questions, shorter video, everything. Happy. So, guys, first of all, again, what I like to say is congratulations on completing first milestone. I've sent emails to a lot of people. There may be few who wouldn't have received the email. Reach out to me, ping in the channel, ping on me, ping to me personally, whatever suits you, like however you like. So if you haven't received email for any reason, just ping to me. I'll check it again. There can be, I am also a human being. I can also make mistakes. So there may be mistakes. So I will be ready to rectify the mistake. So I want you guys to basically have the achievement that you actually have achieved, or like receive the reward for the achievement you have actually done. So yeah, now the question that Akash has is how to redeem. Yeah, basically to redeem, what you need to do is, all you need to do is like reach out to me and say, okay, I want this resume review, or I want XYZ, I want a mock interview. But my personal advice is, okay, Akash, in case of Akash, it is still relevant because he's already interviewing with a lot of companies. But if you are planning to interview in, let's say, a month or 2 months, so try to do it at that time. You don't have to keep it forever. I'm not saying keep it forever. You will get more opportunities to win more, much more number of rewards. But if you have something planned already, try to achieve it after, or sorry, try to redeem it after a month or two, if it is just a month or two ahead. But otherwise you can just let me know. Okay, so Sandeep is saying, can you do a resume review slash roast session over YouTube, which will help us as well as for the winner, it will be their giveaway. First of all, I honestly don't. I will not do roast unless and until the person is ready and comfortable with it. It's not going to be a roast in general cases, and it will be just a fair review. It will normal review, it will be a fair review. And what I will suggest to every person is, try to reach out with a job id, with a job description, that this is the job description for which I want my resume review. There are multiple things. There will be some common general things, and then there will be specific job specific points that will add. So if you want to get the best out of it, try to give a job id or job link, not id, job link, with the resume referral or resume review thing. But yeah, if let's say, Sandeep, you would have gotten it as well, right? You are a very fairly regular person, so why don't I do it with you? Why don't I roast your resume and you on a live YouTube session? In fact, even if you didn't achieve it, I will do it. If you are up for it, I will do it for you. Sandeep, yes, no. You can say no. Okay, Sandeep is okay with it. एक काम करते हैं. Let's let's do one thing. Let's do it sometime this week. मजा आएगा. I haven't done any roast in my real life, to be honest. Yeah, फिर what I'll do is, I know few people who are very funny, and I will bring them. I will try to bring them. They can roast you very much better than me, and I'll try to see if people, or in fact, it's not just me who will be roasting you, Sandeep. Just to be fair and to be very clear, it will be every single person on the chat. So let's do it. Let's do it sometime, maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow, and we'll see. Like it's going to be a fun activity, and you'll get to learn a lot. That is something that I can make sure, because you will remember this much more, or you will not do these mistakes. The chances of you doing this mistake is much less as compared to someone giving a serious piece of advice. So yeah. Okay, so any other question, guys? But one thing is, like, okay, don't forget to share this on LinkedIn. Don't especially the roast part, guys. Do let's do it. Like, if we end up doing it, I will plan it properly. I'll Sandeep, why don't you just reach out, ping me on Discord. I'll take a look at your resume. I'll probably be ready with my a little bit of hurtful jokes. Okay. And we'll try to basically post it on LinkedIn and all as well, and people who are interested can help you get some publicity with this. You will also get become famous in tech industry. But yeah, any other question, guys, before we end the call? Can I provide milestone post for link list? LinkedIn. Did I not do that? I think it is already there. Let me just in the call itself. It's not there. Ashish, I will do that. Good point. I will basically write a post right after this. One piece of advice, and you can say both a request and advice. One thing is, I will say post it on LinkedIn tomorrow morning and try to post it before 11:30 ish, because this is what I've noticed and I've read, and all my research says LinkedIn is better when you post it before 11 or 11:30. So that is up to you. It's there in email. I will do a, like, I will send a better content. If you guys want, you can copy paste that. If you guys want, you can write it your in your own words. A batch is there, and rest of the things I'll send it to you. Okay, and now one more question is a serious question from Apurva. The question is, where did I learn DP? First of all, I personally am afraid of DP, so still afraid of DP. But where did I learn? If you remember, I did a YouTube live with a Google engineer on Sunday. So he's my batchmate. We started first job together. We were in same company for first 4.5 years in the industry, and we used to do the practice together. Like, that is why I know the importance of group. I have done it alone, and I failed, and I have done it with a group, and I know how important it is to have a group. So we used to do questions together. Where whenever I used to feel a problem, I used to refer Tushar Roy's video. To be honest, I haven't seen any other video on DP. I did not even see Abdul Bari's video. Abdul Bari's video is very good in graph, heap, things like where you need theoretical knowledge. In that case, Abdul Bari's videos are pretty good. But in case of DP, I used Tushar Roy. At that time, I don't think there were anyone else in proper DP. I've heard there is this guy Raj Vikramaditya. His content is good. I've heard it. I've never seen it. At my time, I probably he was still in first second year, or maybe not in college. He might even be in school for the so at that time the videos were not there from that guy. You can try it. In fact, people can give their suggestion here if the videos are relevant or good for from that guy. From Take You Forward is, I think, the name of the channel. I don't know, although, to be honest. So Tushar Roy, I will say his videos are pretty good. And apart from that, take a pattern, solve at least 5 to 10 questions on that pattern. This is something that I will advise you. Take a pattern, solve questions. There are 7 8 patterns. There is a very very good DP post. What I will suggest is, go through the GitHub repository. It is present in the description. Is it present in the description? If it is not present in the description, I will add it. But else it is present all over, like YouTube channel, all over our Discord community. Go through the Discord GitHub channel, GitHub, and there is a lead code link in for a DP. It is very good. That has summarized all the patterns and question per pattern. So try to go through that. I will say you can actually you can actually try that. You don't have to go through any video. If you are a reading person, then Geek for Geeks and this will be more than enough. Any other question, guys? Go to go to a LLD, not so active channel. HLD, LLD, OOPS concept, CS fundamental. There is a list of items there. There's a list of content and resources. In that, there's a okay. Let me give it to you. I will copy it here as well. Have I faced DP in interview? Yes, I have. I think Amazon, Google, these two are companies that ask a lot of DP. In fact, Microsoft as well. I remember. I remember it was some variation of coin change. For Amazon, it was some variation of LCS. For Google, I don't remember exactly. It's been very long time. I haven't given Google's interview, but there was some sort of DP problem. So yes, I have faced it, and to be honest, and very luckily, I was able to solve it as well. How frequent DP is asked? Okay, so the question is how frequently does people ask DP? So in companies like Microsoft, Amazon, Google, they ask DP a lot. Facebook, I don't think so. As far as I know, from all the lead code questions, tagging, and everything, I think they don't ask DP a lot because their expectation is very different from rest of the companies. Literally all other companies, their expectation is you should be able to solve two questions completely within 45 minutes, and you actually don't get 45 minutes. All you get is just 37 38 minutes. So you should be able to solve everything. So this is something really important. So it is not even possible to solve a DP question, two DP question, or one DP and one non-DP question within 37 minutes. 37 minutes is very less amount of time in which you have to understand question, in which you have to make your interviewer understand your approach. You have to dry run your code, everything. So that is why it is not a large amount of time. That is why they don't ask tough questions, but they ask questions where there are a lot of edge cases, there are possibility of error. So that is what they judge you on, if you can write with speed and accuracy. Siddharth, go ahead. If you want to connect personally, you can connect personally. I get a lot of DMs, but to be honest, I reply very infrequently to DMs. If you reply or message me on a group, probably I'll be able to answer that much faster, or someone else will be able to answer you. But in case you want to talk to me, or you have any doubt, you want to reach out, feel free. Like, and this is for everyone. Feel free to reach out anytime. Apurva, it is part of the GitHub repository. Go through it. I already shared the link. Go through it. You will be able to find it. Akash, if the links are not, please just piece of advice and a piece of request to everyone. Guys, if something is not working in the repository, please let me know, because these are all external links. They may go down, they may remove someone may remove their content, someone else may remove someone else's content, whatever the reasons is, that like it can happen, it is very common. So let me know this is not working, or just raise a PR. Okay, this was the previous link, this is the new link, or this was the previous link, I'm removing because it doesn't work anymore. Take a PR, I will merge it. So Akash, go ahead and raise a PR and I will merge it. Okay, Manas, it depends on question. It There can be follow up, there may not. There these the sorry, the two questions can be totally different as well. So yes, that's different. Okay, any other question, guys, before we end the call? Okay, in that case, thank you so much for joining and giving your 50 minutes to this live stream. And again, stay consistent. And this, I don't know any other formula, to be honest. This is the best strategy of being successful in any part of your journey, be it software engineering or anything else. Stay consistent, do your questions every day, and you will see the difference within 2.5 months. Thank you so much, and do subscribe to the channel and share your achievements and the channel with everyone. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.